Hello YouTube and welcome back to another episode of Let's Build a Wildling Village. Now if you actually do the warp, which is //warp CC, Cerulean Capuchin, Wildling, you actually come here, so yeah, quite nice. I just found that out for myself. But here is what we've been doing. We've done all the planning, didn't we? You can see here I've done the world edit, and we've been working by hand making these cliffs, and I'm quite happy with what I've got so far. I want to show you what we have so far and then do some of this with you, because this is taken about 2 hours, maybe 2 hours, maybe I'd say an hour and a half. I was probably getting distracted quite a bit, so maybe about an hour to an hour and a half. But we've got this like really nice entrance here, very clear entrance, and it's great to have entrances like this because it instantly immerses you into a plot. Like, I've come in here, you can see already I'm like, ooh, high mountains, can't really see much. So if I come around this corner then, and again, I can't really see much. I can see a leaf block, but you don't really notice that, and you won't when we get all the snow and stuff on. Then you'll get to here, and this will be sort of the first thing you see really. There's going to be a river flowing through there. You can see the edge of someone's ice plot over there, but what are you going to do? This is where the waterfall is going to be. I think it's going to drop down from here and then drop down again to here. And that's the way that I've decided to work it. And then you come down, ooh, there's something red over there, but again, that might stand out against the white of the snow, and it might be hidden. And then we come through a little tunnel, and again, there's little gaps. I'm not sure if I want to cover those up or not yet. And then we can come through, and this is where it starts being less actually edited. But then it comes down this little path nicely into where the village is going to be. So, what we're going to be doing in this episode is just building the mountains by hand. I'm sort of going to show you the techniques that I've been using to get the effect, I suppose. And maybe you guys like it, maybe you don't, I don't know. But here's this what we're doing anyway. I think in the future episodes, while I'm still working on the terrain, because I want to get this done, I want to get the riverbed done, and I want to get the lake area done, like the cave. I like the mouth of the cave. I'll do the cave on camera. I think we'll do some interiors, like we'll do the interior of this house whilst I'm still. But yeah, so for this, see, this still needs to be work. So what we're going to do is actually bring this out, and I want this to be quite steep, not steep. So I'm gonna actually just bring it out, kind of one block, so a 45-degree angle, which I always say you never want 45-degree angles, but we're doing a 45-degree angle, and you're like, what's he doing? So there we go, we've got a 45-degree angle. But now what we're going to do is actually start to bring this across like this at intervals of sort of 2. So you can see now it's sort of building up a little bit more, and we've got this peak over here that we're going to have as well. So let's build that peak up a little bit and build that down a little bit. And I think again, why not, we'll do this 45-degree angle thing again. I'm doing this to try and make it an easier way of showing you guys how to do this. For me, I kind of just do it naturally. I've been doing it that often now, and I'm that used to doing this. So, build that down. You can see where these are roughly going to be meeting, but we do want this to be a little bit steeper at the top. So let's cut a layer off each one, like that. And we'll do it again here, and we're probably going to end up changing that peak as well in a minute, so we don't need to worry too much about that. That's come down. Maybe we'll cut from about here down as well, and then we can sort of join this up a little bit like that. And you can see now we've created this little interesting shape. So what I am going to do is build this peak up a little bit more, not too much, just a little bit like that maybe, and even putting gaps in every now and then like that will really make the mountain a bit more unique. Then all you've got to do is sort of fill in the gaps like this. So sometimes you're going to want to cut it off, sometimes you're not. Again, it's just a choice, and it's just a case of trial and error. So you're going to have to place a block, destroy it, place a block, destroy it, and just come and check it out. Keep going back into, and just see what looks right to your eyes and what you think looks good. And then yeah, generally after doing this for a while, you will get the hang of it. Let's actually build that up there, like that. Let's cut that back down. Up. Don't know. Occasionally put some interesting shapes like that. It doesn't really work on the peaks though, so I'll actually put that back. Yeah, so what this ends up doing eventually, if you do it right and you do it properly. That was a bit loud. If anyone heard that, that was my phone. Just got a text, and it was like the loudest vibration noise ever. I don't know what all that was about. Right, so yeah, so eventually this is going to really bring out the mountain and make it quite beefy, which is what we want. We want this top section here to be kind of like it's part of a bigger mountain, which is not being seen as yet. And you can see there, we've got this horrible shape. So what we're going to do is just cut back a couple of blocks and then bring this side out a little bit more. Like that. And bring that out a little bit. And bring bits up as well, because it's looking quite slim and pointy, which is good in some points, but I don't want it for this type of mountain. If I can get this to work in this short episode, this will be really good, but this might take quite a bit of time off camera because I'm going for a specific look, whereas the other mountains that I've been making, I've just kind of been doing it and seeing what happens, whereas this could take a while. Let's see. Yeah, so we're kind of getting there a little bit. It's also going to look a lot better once we start getting all of the snow layers in place and all that kind of stuff. And there we go. So you can see now from a distance it's starting to create a smoother at least transition going up there. Let's work a little bit down here, bringing some of these sections out, and I think for now that'll do. We can see as well, we've got these little arms that come down. You can see loads of them over there, and they do create a really awesome effect. So we're going to continue that here. I've almost made one, which is quite lucky because they don't actually happen too often. So we're going to just build them up at a 45-degree angle until they sort of naturally meet up. But what I am noticing already is that this is almost like a curved arm, so we can mess around with that idea. We can bring this round and down, and that can help to create make the mountain a more unique shape instead of just the generic sort of going up in a pointy point thing. So we can bring that down and occasionally add a block where you wouldn't really have a block, so like going up like that, and then that can help to make it even more unique because you've got that weird shape that shouldn't be there, and you're like, ooh, that looks interesting, because that doesn't look quite right. But obviously if you do something like, let's just see for an example, say you just went randomly here and you just went, there you go, unique shape. No, that doesn't look right. You've got to keep it sort of consistent with the style of the cliff mountain face that you're doing. So bringing that down to here, and let's see, bring that, cut a hole down like so, and join that up like that. Yeah, so I'm quite happy with the way that's turned out, and that's just like what, 5 minutes maybe. You know, it's not taking that much time at all. Maybe cut that back a bit. Like I say, it's going to take a long time to actually perfect it and get every block in place. Like that, for example, there I've just placed that one block. And, you know, it's two symmetrical. You got two on that side, and that there. So we'll cut that hole away. That's actually made quite a bit of difference. Maybe we can put a block there like that, and then we can put that, and yeah, so we're getting somewhere. I really don't like this though, but I don't see any way of fixing this, really. Realistically. Properly, at least. That might work. I don't know. Maybe we can do something like that. It's a bit weird. Anyway, yeah, so that's that. And I could continue on and on, but I think that is all I really need to show you guys of the basic technique of what I'm doing. And you know, I could just carry that on here and it just does the exact same thing. So build it up so that it matches, well, not matches, but it's kind of like drawing so that there's a block in each, and then every now and then you can cut a hole back maybe you don't want that there, maybe you do, and it's just building it down, and always work from one side and sort of build it round, and you'll notice you do start to get this horrible looking shape that's very sort of I don't think the word's symmetrical. It's almost symmetrical. It's like just Minecraft blocky. You'll be able to tell like the angles are almost straight, like 45-degree angles, and that's where you can come in then and add your random blocks that you're just gonna place down, hope for the best, and see what happens. Let's just stick to one side. See there already, it's improved here at the top because we've got random blocks about. You know, you got that 2 there, and it goes in 1 and 2, and then that's a 2. Normally that's quite a square section, so you want to punch that away, but then it's making that 45-degree angle, so leaving that block in does actually help improve the general overall look of the mountain. So we're going to do that here, just bring this down and start to add in. So you see here we've got that 45-degree shape. That's the shape that you're going to end up with if you don't start adding in these odd little things every now and then. So doing something like that and punch down to there maybe. Yeah, something along those lines. This is quite a steep section of mountain, but I guess it kind of works. I don't know, I kind of want to join this up a little bit more. But yeah, so this can go on forever and ever and ever, this editing phase, until you just need to kind of draw a land in this, can't even talk anymore. Draw a line in the sand, that's what I was trying to say, and go, there you go, it's done. So you can see I've done another 45-degree angle now. I need to cut it away and be like, no. Let's build it up a little bit, build it up here a little bit, and do there. Cut it in like that maybe, and back up to there. I keep doing the same thing and then I'm like, no, stop it. There we go, that there like that, that down there like that, comes to there. Yeah, it's a bit interesting, isn't it? We've got like a kind of crevice type thing coming down there. Yeah, I guess that works. Anyway, that's it for this episode though, guys. It's kind of been a bit of a rambly episode. Hopefully you've taken something from this episode. It's not really been a great episode for like describing fully what my ideas are, but hopefully it's helped you in some ways when you come to building up some of your mountains. Like I said, it's not a perfect system. It does take quite a bit of time to mess about. Like this little section over here, I said, took me around 2 hours. This over here is probably going to take about the same, and this is going to get even worse as well because it's even poorly world edited and it's got cliffs and stuff. Me and cliffs don't get on very well, so we'll see how well that goes. But yeah, that's it for this episode, guys. If you're enjoying the series, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one.